Have you ever wondered why so many people, with hopes of starting a new life in the US or Canada, see their immigration dreams slip through their fingers? Could it be that they're making avoidable mistakes? It's not just about filling out forms, there's a lot more to it. So today, we're diving into the top 10 mistakes to avoid when applying for immigration to the US or Canada. These aren't just common errors, they're mistakes that could cost you months, even years of waiting. Stick around, and I'll make sure you won't be one of those who has to start all over again. Alright, let's start with the first mistake, a trap many fall into without even realizing it. Picture this. You've spent weeks gathering all your documents, filled out forms, and finally submit your application. Then, you find out you weren't even eligible for that visa or immigration program. Heartbreaking, right? Avoid that by taking the time to thoroughly research eligibility requirements. Every visa type has its own rules, and you need to know if you qualify before you begin. Here's a story for you. I knew someone who was so sure they had submitted everything. Then, boom, a missing document, just one missing file, and their application was rejected. Immigration officers don't have the patience to chase you for details. So, make sure you submit every single required document. Check, double-check, triple-check if you have to. We've all been there, excited, maybe even a little impatient. You want to get your application in as fast as possible. But rushing leads to errors, and errors lead to rejections. I've seen applications denied because of small mistakes like typos or unchecked boxes. Don't rush this. Slow and steady wins the race. Treat this application like the most important document you've ever filled out, because it just might be. This one gets a lot of people. Imagine applying for a work visa when you're actually better suited for a family-based immigration route, or applying for a student visa when a permanent residency option would have been better. Each visa has specific criteria, and applying for the wrong one could delay your journey by months. Know your options. Explore them fully before deciding. Now, this mistake is not just a rejection. This is dangerous territory. Providing inaccurate or misleading information, even by accident, could land you in hot water. It's tempting to polish up your application, but immigration officers are thorough, and dishonesty could lead to a ban. Be accurate. Be truthful. Always. This is the silent killer of applications. Immigration deadlines are not flexible. Miss one, and your entire case might get thrown out. I knew someone who waited just one day too long and ended up starting the whole process over. Keep reminders. Set alarms if you have to. Do whatever it takes to stay ahead of those dates. I get it. Immigration is expensive, and hiring a lawyer or consultant can feel like just another cost. But the reality is, the process is complicated. Even the most well-prepared applicants can overlook key details. An immigration lawyer or consultant can be the difference between approval and rejection. If you're unsure, invest in help. Trust me, the peace of mind is worth it. One of the biggest hurdles is proving you have enough money to support yourself. I once heard about someone who thought their job offer was enough proof. It wasn't. You need to provide solid evidence, bank statements, financial guarantees, or sponsorship documents. Make sure the proof you provide is rock solid, or you could find yourself facing a rejection letter. So, you've made it past the paperwork. Congrats! But now comes the interview, and this is where some applicants stumble. Don't assume the interview is a formality. Be prepared, practice your answers, bring any extra documents you might need, and treat it as seriously as a job interview. First impressions matter, and so does confidence. Canada and the US may seem similar, but their immigration systems are not. Each country has its own set of rules, forms, and requirements. A mistake here could mean your application gets rejected simply because you followed the wrong set of guidelines. Always check the country-specific requirements and tailor your application accordingly. And there you have it, the top 10 mistakes that could derail your immigration journey. By avoiding these, you'll be putting yourself in the best possible position for success. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.